Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Talks with Rho. I'm over here getting my notes out because I don't want to mess up today's topic. We ain't gonna mess it up, but when this topic jumped on me this weekend, I was like, ooh, that's a good one. And I didn't know exactly how I wanted to tackle it, but I knew that it needed to be talked about because there are a lot of us out here who are looking for the next level, who are looking to get a raise, who are looking for a better relationship romantically, in their friendships, with their coworkers, with their boss. And this next thing today that we're going to talk about could be what's in the way. What is it, do you say? Right? Good morning, y'all. Welcome to the conversation. It's Morning Talks with Rho. Did you get your morning drink? I am morning drink in hand. Did you do your morning routine? Who won the morning? What did you do when you got up this morning? What got your attention when you opened your eyes? Was it gratitude or was it social media? Was it prayer? Right? Or was it somebody's text message? Because I know somebody's text message woke me up this morning. I was like, oh Lord, no. I don't want nobody else's agenda taking my attention from my morning. This is how I start my day. This is how I'm going to put myself on track for success. I need y'all to get out the way. Right? Who won their morning this morning? Who did their morning routine so that you would be pointed in the direction of your success? Good morning, y'all. Harold, congratulations, dear. Congratulations. Thank you, Bianca. So look, man, you guys are getting a treat as far as I'm concerned. Today is day 3 of this is the morning after 3 days of a liquid fast. So I have not taken in any solid food for 3 days. I wonder how I'm going to communicate to you and with you today, because I have hopefully yet another layer of clarity that I will be able to speak from and get access to, because I've taken a pause, because I've disciplined myself enough to just say, all right, pause. So you guys are going to get coming off of a fast row. What's that going to be? Hey, y'all, welcome to the conversation. I'm letting you get in here because we're going to talk about something really, really good today. Really, really good. A lot of us are looking for the next level. I'm so sorry. I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so we might have a real special morning. A lot of us are looking for the next level in our relationships, whether it's romantic, whether it is, at work, with a boss, with a coworker, with a friend. A lot of us are looking for the next level when it comes to our finances or our prosperity, the next job promotion, the next job position. And quite possibly what we're going to talk about this morning could be what's in the way if you're not doing it, or if you are doing it. Hey, y'all, welcome to the conversation. So check it out. How many of you need to get something first in order to give? Meaning, you know how you have the attitude that's out there that's like, well, if they ain't giving me such and such, I ain't giving it to them. You know you're capable, right? You have it within you to give. You have the skill. You have the compassion level. Whatever that thing is that you say you want first before you show up and be all of that you can be. How many of you have that mentality? And this is not, to bash you or, make you feel bad about it. But I just want to point out a few things that may make you rethink your position. Because a lot of the times when we give first, when we show up first and we show people what we're capable of, we show people that, if we give, let's say, for example, when I had to pick up my first job, only 9 to 5, right, trying to make ends meet, and I was working at this alternative health company. At the time, I was doing my self-surgery, going inside and saying, what decisions did I make that got me off track from where I was going, and also what choices did I make that have me looking at the results I'm looking at, right? So at this time, I'm doing crazy studying, I'm getting rid of habits. I'm picking up new disciplines. I'm doing what I need to do in order to become the person that wants to see new results, that wants to become the person that wants to see my dreams manifested. So I'm like, if that's the dream I want, who do I need to become in order to have that? Right? So I'm reading the books. I'm watching the videos. I'm voraciously doing this on a daily basis. Right? And then I picked up this book by this gentleman named Og Mandino, O-G-M-A-N-D-I-N-O, Og Mandino. It's called the University of Success or University for Success, one or the other. Google it, find it, pick it up if, don't miss these jewels when we drop them in the chat, right? So I'm doing this book called University of Success. And it's set up like, classes, I think, and semesters, So I'm going through the book, I'm going through school, and I'm applying everything that's in the book. Because it's one thing to pick up all this knowledge, right? And that's what I used to do back in the day. I would read so much that I thought I was reading for maintenance at one point, right? Shout out to ego. I thought I was reading for maintenance. I wasn't aware of that, right? Not until I realized, oh, you got to apply this stuff in order for it to become wisdom. You got to apply this stuff. Applied knowledge is wisdom. We can read all day, but if you're not applying it, what are we talking about? That changed everything. When I found out how the ego worked, when I found out, because there's layers to ego. It's not about just being conceited and arrogant. Ego is also very necessary in order for us to feel like we're individuals. We're unique in the midst of all of these creative things that are here on earth and beyond, right? So ego is not a bad thing per se, but it can be an inflated thing, or it can keep you a little isolated or a little ignorant. You know what I mean? So you want to keep stretching and growing and learning. But not until I started to apply this stuff, I said, oh, you got to go back. All of this stuff. Now I can go back and read things that I read before. I get another layer of understanding. And then I apply that. But it doesn't become wisdom until you apply it. At least that's my experience. So I'm applying everything that I'm reading in this book, University of Success, or most things. And while I'm at this job, I decided that, I came in with a certain attitude. Okay, I came in with the attitude that I wanted to help. I came in with the attitude that I wanted to be my best self. That was first. That I was operating in excellence. Those were the first things. Best self, operating in excellence. I wanted to turn things in my life around. And in order to do that, I wanted to operate from the best space of who I am. So I brought that everywhere, because that's one of the things that they'll tell you in success theory, success philosophy. Bring the best of you to everything, even washing dishes, honey. Because the more that you perform in excellence in everything that you do, it becomes a part of who you are. So now you're not searching for excellence in different situations. You just are that. Okay? So that's the goal, is to just continue operating in excellence in every layer or area of your life to where it becomes a part of who you are. And then practice becomes permanent. You got to practice this stuff. It's easy to get away from it, right? Because we're creatures of habit. There's a lot of stuff around us that could influence us to behave or think or be or do differently. So you got to practice this stuff in order for it to become permanent, in order for it to become a part of your character, right? So I bring this attitude, I bring this mindset to this job environment, and I got a raise, three raises in 1 year. Why? I gave first. I showed up as more first. And they're like, she's valuable. She cares. When you give first, it makes a person feel like they can trust you, because they're watching you with their, especially if it's an employer, they're watching you with their baby. They're watching you with their passion, and you're taking care of it. You show up for your coworkers, and you're like, well, what else do you need? Well, how else can you be more efficient in this moment? Now you're building community. People like you because you're helping. You know what I'm saying? You're being proactive. You're being an asset. There was so much paperwork I noticed needed to be done. Now, did I have to stay and work overtime? No, that wasn't required. I did my work. I could have gone home, but I knew it needed to be done, and it would have helped us to perform more proficiently. I would stay behind and help them pull it off. I would learn whatever the new skill was I needed to learn in order for them to up level whatever they were doing at the job and perform more proficiently. They're watching me do this. Now I'm doing this because I'm exercising excellence. I want to be a better me to get to my bigger goal. This wasn't necessarily my goal to work at this job, but I'm going to be my best me so I can develop whatever the things I need to develop in order to get to my bigger goal. But of course it benefits me. I ended up working in customer service. I was in product creation. I was in shipping. I even became manager of shipping after a while, like a crazy person. I was like, this is the worst thing I could ever did. It was so much work. It was bananas. But that's because I had built community around my go-getter. I had built community around a good, hopefully positive attitude for the most part. I had worked, I went above and beyond. I gave first. I showed them the quality of what I was made of, and then they knew they could trust me. They knew I was reliable. And that's what afforded me 3 raises in 1 year. So how many of you out there are wanting to get something first before you give? And that could be that could be blocking you from more prosperity in your life. Same thing in a relationship. Are you waiting for your partner to do things for you first before you show up and be more magnificent? Or are you willing to be more? Are you willing to be love first? Are you willing to be peace first? Are you willing to be generous first, regardless, just because that's who you choose to be? And then let your environment reflect back to you what you're putting in. One of the things I loved about my partner that passed away back in 2012, Tony Hannibal, shout out to him, other than the fact that he believed in me, I loved his go-getter spirit. I loved his work ethic. I loved that he was a builder. Literally, he was a builder. He had a building company, and he was a builder in the system. He was like, Rho, let's go get it. I don't need money first. Let's build it first, and it'll come. Like, yes. So many people are waiting for the handout first. So many people are waiting for people to give to them first before they show up and become more or be more to the situation, before they show up and show more value. And did you know that if you show up and become more value, you become what they call a linchpin? You know what a linchpin is? A linchpin is somebody that's indispensable. I don't want to get rid of you. You know what they say? I was watching something this weekend and I said, that's so true. Sometimes the secretary is the most powerful person in the office. Why? Because even the CEO, when they don't focus on more of the more menial jobs in the office, like making copies, or doing scans, whatever, right? You got to go to the secretary to go get this stuff. The CEO, the person who's running the company, got to go back to the secretary who knows how everything works, who's probably facilitating a lot of the responsibility in the office, who just kind of knows how this thing circles. What if you were that same way? Like you just stepped up and you became more. What does the company need? What does the boss need? What does your coworker need? What does your friend need? What does your man need? What does your woman need? And what if you just stepped up and gave that first? What would that mean to your environment? How would your relationships shift? How would the energy that you got back shift? What if you brought a fantastic attitude to the table? You know how sometimes we'll say, well, if they give me shade, I give them shade. I ain't go. Why? Guess what? If you give first, you have more control over your life, over your prosperity, and over your joy. Right? How, Rho? Right? How, Rho? You have more control of your life because you're not waiting for someone or something else to change or be something in particular in order for you to show up and be more or be your best self. You're not waiting for them to show up and be love in order for you to be love. I ain't going to be love if they ain't going to be love. If they give me an attitude, that's exactly what they going to get back. Why? They're controlling your state of being. And one of the most prosperous and powerful things that we can do in order to step into more joy and more financial freedom, more whatever, is to be in control of your emotional state. If we give that power to somebody else, we have forfeited our ability to be in control of our experience. Woo! This morning, y'all are getting Coach Rho off of 3 days of a liquid fast. I have not eaten anything solid yet. Yet. I just felt that in my body. You have more control over what you are experiencing if you give first. You're not waiting for somebody else to be loved in order for you to be loved. You're not waiting for somebody else to bring peace in order for you to bring peace. You're not waiting for somebody else to bring excellence in order for you to be excellence. You're choosing that first, and either they fall in line or they don't. That's more control over your life. You. Because if you let them dictate it, then you've given all your power away, and you're waiting for them or some situation outside of yourself to change in order for you to show up and be more. In order for you to show up and be your best self. Right? Is this making sense to y'all? Woo! I haven't even looked at y'all talking yet. Your girl been on a roll. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Talks with Rho. I hope I haven't been too overwhelming. My energy is up here right now. I'm coming off of a fast. I knew this was going to be an interesting talk for me. I said you would also, and before I check into your comments, I said that you would also have more prosperity. Imagine bringing a great attitude everywhere you go. Most people want to work around people they like. Most people want to work around peace, even though they may not be peace. Most people want to work around joy unless they're just a pessimistic Patty, and you got those out there, even though they're not carrying joy. They're probably inspired by you on the low. Most people, you know what I'm saying? So when you bring a good attitude, especially other champions, they're gonna take notice of your attitude. They're gonna want you on their camp. People want to work around positive energy. People want to work around positive people. I was just hanging out with somebody this weekend that I met not too long ago. But we have a good exchange. We're exchanging good energy. Totally unexpected. They're like, yo, let's go make some money together. Like, your energy is positive. I just want to let's go break bread, basically. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's brainstorm and see if there's prosperity there. But that's just from good attitude. That's just from good energy. And this person is successful. They already got it going on. And the only reason they want to work with me, because I brought good energy to the table. Because they can see, hopefully, the character I'm choosing to work with. I think that's very powerful, you guys. I'm trying to impart this to you right now this morning. I think that's very powerful. Now, whether anything comes of that, who knows? But the beauty is that look what's created when you give first. When you show up as who you choose to be first. You're not waiting for someone to give you a certain energy or a certain mindset or say something in particular in order for you to show up and be who you choose to be. You want to go operate in excellence? Go do that regardless. You want to go above and beyond? Go do that regardless. The champions will see you. That raise will eventually come, but you got to be willing to put in first to get out. Everybody waiting to get out first. You shutting down, you probably blocking so much prosperity like that with that mentality. All right, and then what else I say? Prosperity, joy. Of course you're in more control of your joy if you give first, if you show up as who you choose to be first. Now, I'm not talking about walking around being no Pollyanna. You know, we all got days. We all got moments where you're not going to be your best self is going to change. Okay? You're not going to always be so happy. But if you endeavor to be consciously choosing the state, the emotional state you choose to be in, then you're never waiting for someone or something outside of yourself to do it for you. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. I have been running off at the mouth. Okay, you guys, I'm going back. Hey, Coach, finally able to check in. I'm doing great, Marcus. You were promoted to Sensei. Congratulations, Harold. Awesome. Hey, you guys. Hey, Cece. Hey, Troy. I give fist and never expect anything back because God always repay me with many blessings. Bless up, Michael. You've got to read his books, The Greatest Salesman on Earth. Yes, 1 and 2. Augmendino is the man. Yes, he has great books, you guys. The Greatest Salesman on Earth is another great book. It is in applying 100. Robert says, amen. Aisha says, always give first. Principle of sowing seeds, reaping and sowing. Bless up. Cece says, yes, keep reflecting. Morning says, morning Trey. Bring the best in everything. Come on, Aisha. Bianca says, yes, in the 4 agreements, do your best. Speak on it. That's a great book, Bianca. Always do your best. Cece, not everyone is ready. We need to take the time out to think. Schedule in thinking time. You better say it. Let's see what y'all are saying. Chad says it's truth. Trey says it's real. Chad says yes. Cece says we must ensure that we are valued when we put in the work. Always give from the heart. Preach. Okay, he says, I loved the time you, Tony, and April showed me. Bless up, April. Bless up, Harold. Yes, Malasha says. Come and sing for me. Yes, this is good. Malasha says, this was how I became an East Coast music correspondent. Church, Ashley Scott, you better speak on it. When we had our show, Perspectives Corner, and we used to do Thursdays, music therapy, Ashley would just give first. He gave his musical knowledge, he gave his time, he gave his efforts. He would introduce us to other artists that we could have on the show. He gave first. I said, who is this guy? I want him, he got to come hang with us, April. So we turned him into the Perspectives Corner Music Therapy East Coast music correspondent. That was his name, East Coast music correspondent. He started doing shows with us every Thursday. Not because he waited for me to give him something first. He gave first. And then I was paying attention and was like, yo, we need to be working with dude. He's something special. That is how this thing works, you guys. You looking for that raise? You looking for the next level in your relationships, romantic or otherwise? Give first. Play with that. Let's see what you guys are saying. See change, we must be change. Okay, I went to the school of minding my own business and being left alone. My own path. Give first. Church, Truth Queen, I love your words. Hey, Chad, this makes so much sense. It is perfect. Awesome, you guys. You're welcome, Angie. Hey, Marquita. Oh, thank you, Chad. You are powerful, too. Aisha says, preach is very powerful, and what needs to be said at the highest mountaintop. Be your best self at every point, even washing your dishes, you guys. They say if we get even more acute in how we exercise excellence in every area of our life, you can't help for it to become a part of your character. If you practice this when people are watching and not watching, this becomes a part of who you are. Now it's not hard to show up and be your best. Your best is going to change depending on the day, depending on what happens to you and how you process the information and what choices you make. Your best can change. We're not being unrealistic here. Okay? But if you practice this on a regular basis in every area of your life, when people are watching and when they're not watching, it can't help to become a part of who you are and how you show up in the world. Okay? Let's see. LaShonda says, hey, rolling with the new job, disaster case manager for hurricane survivors. Bless up, loving it, helping people. You got your job, baby. Hey, KT. Greg says, good morning, Rhonda. God bless you today. God bless you. Tanya Boo says, hey, sister, I feel like you talking to me. Bless up, baby. 3 weeks in and you're a team lead. Bless up. That you must be a giver. Tanya says, so needed this morning. I'm glad, honey. Let's do some work when you come to London. Coach Carla, that's you. I would love to do some work with you. Yes, I remember all of that of Perspectives Corner. Ashley said it. We do need something to bring music to the people. This is amazing, says Aisha. Awesome. Beautiful message, Ro and Hair. Thank you. Thank you. Michael says, yes. Hey, Coach, I always follow this advice when you come into contact with people. They always take a piece of you with them. So remember to give them the best of you. That's beautiful. I love the way you said that, honey. Woo! How about that for a great topic this morning? Give before you get. And if you think from that perspective, how then will your results shift in your world? If you choose to show up and operate in excellence, regardless of what the person in front of you is doing, regardless of what the environment around you is doing. And usually if you operate in this higher level, because sometimes people might say, but my job, the attitude's terrible. The environment is low vibrational, it's negative, it sucks. right? There are some people who might say that, and it's hard for you to generate, because that's what we need to do. You got to generate these emotions. Your emotional state has to come from within. So you got to give yourself the stimuli. That's why I say win the morning. All of these little things help to create a support system around you so that you can at least grab some semblance of control of where your focus and your vision is, so that you can operate from that space. But let's say you operate in a toxic environment. What do? Well, if you choose to still then learn how to manage your emotional state and bring excellence to what you do, you're not going to resonate there for too long anyway. You're probably going to end up making a new choice, or somebody's going to grab you, or you're going to attract a new opportunity, because you are changing your tuning fork, what you're attracting, what you're resonating with from the inside out. So eventually your environment is going to have to reflect who you're becoming, who you are. You're not even going to be able to stay in a toxic environment for too long if you change who you are from the inside. You're not even going to be able to stay there. You're going to force yourself out of the door if somebody doesn't come and grab you before that. You're going to force yourself to make a new choice that's in alignment with the new you. Does that make sense? Talk to me before I get out of here, babies. Let's see. Marquita says, you're always inspirational. Thank you, Marquita. You too. The healing wound. I hope you're still going hard in the paint with that. KT, Tyler, hey, Rho, I'm going to have an announcement sort of on this topic in the next few days. Can I notify you? Yes, please. Yes. Church, Aisha says. Okay, do you guys have any questions of me before I get out of here? I know I may have been a bit overwhelming energetically, but bless up and shout out to fasting. Thank you, Ashley, for the feedback about today's talk. I thought it was going to be powerful. I felt it when I got the notion to speak about it this weekend. I was like, woo, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. Ashley's okay. Chad says, you deep love, keep teaching us. You got it, darling. Nalaja, good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, beautiful. Can't wait to watch them full. You're on fire, dropping jewels. Bless up. Trey says, yes, I was just telling co-workers on set last night about all of this. Cool, we'll do it. You're rocking it this morning. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot to turn on my do not disturb, so I'm getting all kinds of love popping up in my phone. Okay, I will call you, Tanya. I'll call you. Low Base, good morning, darling. Guess who's going to be coming to LA with Candid Talks with Rho? Y'all know I'm getting ready to do a speaking. I'm about to do some speaking engagements. Grassroots. I take your advice. I'm about to get up front and in person, live. I'll let you know what the name of my talk, our session, our connection is going to be very soon. About to start speaking, y'all. I'm about to come to your city. Did you see these flyers I've been putting up saying, what city do you want me to come to? If I come to your city, I'm going to be looking for y'all to come out and, hopefully be support. Let's see what you guys are saying before I get out of here. Good morning, Tracy. Love the fact that you reach out to us. You got it, Cece. Shalay says she'll be there. Church, baby. Jakari, hey, baby. Go back and watch this, Jakari. I love you. That's my nephew. Okay, you guys, I'm sending love out to you. If you have any feedback about this morning's talk, it's always good for me to hear from you and see what you think about the things that I share. If there's ways that you think I can improve in Morning Talks with Rho, or how I say something, or what I'm saying, I'm open to hearing it. Whatever I feel resonates with me, I take that stuff to and I'll use it. I'll let it improve me, and anything that doesn't necessarily improve me, I leave it. That's what you can do too. We got to be open to feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. It helps us stretch and grow. And as long as you don't hang on whatever you might think is negative for too long, it can really benefit you to hear what people got to say, negative or good. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might hear something say, ooh, you know what? I do want to tweak that. I do want to change that. I do want to work on that. And it just helps you to become better. Okay, you guys, I'm sending love out, and I'll see you next week for Morning Talks with Rho. Until then.